Hi, I'm Kathleen.
And I'm Sean.
And you're listening to the Dead Baby Bear podcast.
Dead Baby Bear.
Ooh.
Long story.
You should, just out of habit.
Wait, we don't need it.
Just out of habit.
I don't need it. I don't need
It's
it.
like a lot of times lesbians they'll still make a jerking motion even when they're, just out of habit. Like I used to do this with dicks.
Not all of them used to do it with dicks.
Oh really?
Are
you saying there's born lesbians?
Yes, I'm saying there's born lesbians. Oh my
Just
god.
kidding. No, but yeah, I'm trying to I have video editing and audio editing. I don't know. It's gonna be bad. Like I have work to do where I'm gonna show it. Here you go. Here's something I did. Like, ugh. That's all. Whenever I do that, like, here I did this. Ugh.
You're so down. No, you gotta be. I think you should be more positive.
I'll try to do it all in Canva. Everything in Canva.
Do it in
I'm
Canva.
just cramming everything into Canva now. My whole life is going into Canva. I'm gonna run my entire life through Canva. Taxes, resumes, everything. Fucking all of it. Talking to friends, Canva.
Do you send like Canva texts, like a picture of a Canva? That's what you should start doing.
I should. Everything should be through Canva. Well, I do a lot of that now.
You could have a couple set up, like a couple of stock answers.
But like I'm trying to edit a bunch of video in it, and it's not functional for that length of time. You can't just drop a fucking hour of video in Canva. It's not.
You can put video in Canva?
Sure, you can. So I can do anything, but then it lags like a motherfucker. But it's like the only thing I know. So I'm like, let's just do it real slow. Rather than learn a new skill, let's do it the old way, real slow. So you start to have an appreciation for like old people that are set in their ways.
Oh,
right? I'm starting to get.
I'm totally getting those appreciations every fucking day.
Yeah, entrenched.
Every
just
day.
like entrenched
It makes
thoughts.
me sad.
Yeah, entrenched.
But whatever.
Do it like I'll learn a new thing and then cram my whole world into it.
Yeah.
Because I'm so proud that I learned something new. Like, look at this new thing I can do. You could probably do that in there. I don't know what I would have done like pre-internet. What it would have been like, what kind of like real world skill you could learn. Trenching or something. Learn how to do trenching, and then you're like, trench it. Everything in your life. Like if you were a pilgrim and you learn how to trench properly, that'd be your whole world. Like, I don't know how to do this. Trench it. First of all, let's dig around it. First thing you want to do with any problem is dig around the problem and expose it and make sure everything's leaking towards the river. Oh, I had another good, this is a good idea for kids. Like we could, here's a good shirt idea.
Okay.
You're going to have to sell these.
I'm going to have to sell these.
For sure. It's not going to work for me. But it's about empowering youth and teaching them to get into trades and learn, gain some abilities in the real world.
Yeah.
And it'll just be an initiative for me and you to go to high schools, talk to kids about like stay in school, whatever, work hard. And then it'll just say, skill yourself. You know what I mean? All of our merch.
Oh my God.
Skill yourself.
Skill yourself.
Yeah. And I think we can get kids on board with this.
We can?
Yeah, I think. If a shirt's, it's like, you can do it.
Is that the new just say no? Skill yourself?
I guess so. Maybe. Because kids say kill yourself to each other all the time.
That's scary. Really? All the time?
If they're gamers, yeah. Kill yourself, you fucking goof.
Really?
Oh, yeah. That's their second language.
Oh, my God.
So, yeah, if somebody defeats you in a video game...
See, that's my old lady moment. I'm like, what?
If somebody defeats you in a video game, you say, fucking kill yourself!
Oh, my God.
Yeah. Because they never do. People just keep living.
Well, yeah, I know.
We throw it around out there a lot. I saw a crazy... Like, sometimes I'm reminded that, am I some right-wing weirdo? And then I remember, no, I'm not. Like, I saw this documentary about two young girls, 13 and 12-year-old girls that were raped. This isn't funny. They were raped by, some 15-year-old boys in the community. And then in the documentary, they're interviewing the sheriff and the mayor of that town. And those guys are the craziest. The mayor, when they're saying, these girls were raped, in your community... the perpetrators had no consequences. They didn't go to jail. They weren't charged with anything. How does this happen? And he's like, we got great fishing around here. And we got one of the top 10 golf courses in the county. And all anybody wants to do is come over here and talk about this rape stuff. But nobody wants to talk about that lake, boy. Some of the rainbow trout in there, fucking
Oh my god.
huge. Some of the biggest fish. And it's like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, there's a person interviewing. The documentary is about a sexual assault that took place in your community, and you're going to talk about fishing holes and like, what the? And then the sheriff, they show him driving his 2 daughters to school. So right away, you're like, okay, cool.
Yeah.
This is like, some small town sheriff with 2 daughters. So he hears about rape, and immediately he's like, son of a bitch, let's get these guys. But he was like, it's weird. Yeah, it's a weird one. Who knows what happened? Because sometimes it's girls, everybody wants to blame the boys, but sometimes these girls,
They're elected to do a job.
Like, they're at a party, and then the interviewer...
So they were like apologists.
Yeah, and then the interviewer's like, well, what if they were like unconscious? Like, what if these girls were actually unconscious?
Yeah.
And he's like, well, that's a whole nother weird one.
She shouldn't have gotten
That's
unconscious.
a whole nother weird one.
How did she?
I'm like, that's a whole nother weird one. I mean, what the fuck? Like, from a PR perspective, like, oh my god, like, it was insane, because these girls were definitely assaulted at this party, and it was 2 kids that played football, right?
Oh yeah.
High school football. These guys can't be taken off the fucking team.
Yeah.
Their grandfather was a congressman. Like, literally, those are their stories.
Yeah.
It's like, shield the boys from consequences and make the girls, like,
just go away.
And the documentary's about sort of, that happening in the age of the internet, where now tens of thousands of people are calling these girls sluts. Right?
Oh
like, they go to the police, like, these fucking sluts. Like,
oh my god.
it's like, what the fuck? But yeah, it was just an insane, like, so whenever I feel right wing, that's how scary the world is, where I'm like, I don't know where I fit in. And then I watch this interview where I'm like, I feel like I'm AOC.
Yeah.
I feel like this is what AOC would think listening to our podcast.
Yeah.
It's like, what the fuck is this guy talking about? I'm watching these interviews like, what the fuck? You're the mayor.
Yeah.
And you're like, fishing, like, literally, I mean, I'm not even kidding. That's what he was talking about. Like, what a fucking... Like, you get your nice shirt on for the documentary.
Yeah.
Like, your wife is like, see you later. Like, don't tell him the stuff you say to me. Okay, I'll just keep it about... God. I guess I'll just keep it about golf and fishing. I won't say all the stuff I say around the kitchen table about how these girls are liars.
Oh my god.
Because that's obviously what it's like. Look, sometimes it's girls and sometimes it's boys. Like, no, it's always boys.
No, it's always boys.
Oh, yeah. I felt like AOC for 10 minutes. I was just like, these fucking guys.
Yeah.
Like,
I guess that's a good barometer, because there's a lot of people that are sitting left of center or right of center, right? So that's a good barometer. If you're like, I'm starting to feel more right, and then you watch someone in that, no, I'm still in the center.
Yeah.
Like,
no, I'm not there. Yeah.
You're not that.
No.
Because that's insanity.
I still listen to Jordan Peterson and think like, okay, Calgary.
Yeah.
I'm not there. You just get shoved a little bit, but then you're like, I'm going to shove back.
Yeah.
Like, I don't need to get pushed out of here.
I feel like most people nowadays are decently quite in middle-ish. Maybe
where's
a little
Jim?
more.
What's Jim's politics?
Very middle.
Very middle.
Very,
I'm middle left.
Center left.
Center.
I would say a lot of people will call themselves center left, because it's like, left seems like the best side to be on, but I don't want to be extreme left. Like, I like being center left.
Yeah, but even, like, I feel like most of humanity, if they lived in a real socialist utopia, they'd be like, oh, fucking this is how it's supposed to be. Like, if you think about it, like, if you thought about a world where the whole world was China, where, like, everything that we used was essentially state-owned, and then that money was distributed. So, like, Apple, the money Apple made, Apple didn't make.
It goes somewhere else.
It goes to the state. And the initiative is still there, right? It's not like you still, in China, they'll split the money with the vendor. So it's partially state-owned, but that guy's still rich beyond belief. Like, the innovator is still rich as fuck.
Yeah.
But half of his money right away gets carved out and goes into the state. Like, if you had every company that was making that kind of money, like Bezos, half his money, boom, right into the state. Instead of him paying 2% or 1% or 3% or whatever the fuck. that amount of money would allow lazy fucks like us to just kind of chill out.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
And like Jim would be like, fucking, I don't need to walk to work. I don't really work too much.
Yeah.
I get a little bit of Bezos cash. I get bathed in a few Bezos
I got
bucks.
my monthly pesos.
Yeah, I got my pesos from Bezos. So I should be fine.
That would be nice.
Like if most of us, if we actually lived in, you know, a non-vilified socialist utopia,
yeah.
people would be like, this rocks.
Yeah.
Like, we're doing way better.
It's
Our
true.
hospitals are doing, like, everything is kicking ass.
I think the people that really hate socialism don't understand how much they love it. They always
Sure.
like, you think you hate it so much, but you actually do some sort of
Well,
stuff.
they already live in it.
Yeah.
You know, so like they're just not bathing in it. But if
Yeah.
it was like, you know, you can't trust one of these fucking socialist fire departments
Yeah.
run by the state. You don't know what they're fucking. I want to see private firefighters.
I want to see private firefighters.
Privatize that fucking. You know how fast some private fire putter outing company would fucking.
I just started singing, I'm your private firefighter. Firefighting for money. Do what
I'll let you burn
want
for
me
free.
to do.
If you don't want to give me my money, I will let you burn. I will let your family burn. Yeah, like if you just lost your ability to get like public firefighters.
Yeah.
So we already, you know, if you just expanded how we feel about firefighters and how that operates to everything,
Yeah.
you're like, fuck, this is great. Everything's kind of free-ish.
Yeah.
You know, like it's all paid for by the 50 richest human beings on Earth.
Yeah.
The 50 richest humans on Earth pump all that fucking money back into the system.
Yeah.
And even though there's bureaucracy and corruption, there's still enough money. They're just bathing in it.
Yeah.
That it's like, build a new hospital and, you know, take your wife to Tahiti and build that church. Or whatever the fuck.
They're like, it's like they're playing like roller coaster tycoon in real life.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with corruption as long as some of it
Build.
trickles down.
Yeah.
And then eventually we become bureaucrats in that system.
I don't know what I want. I was watching for the first time ever 2001: Space Odyssey, and I couldn't finish it. It was just so.
No.
I was like, "What is happening?" But like the beginning part with all the monkeys and stuff, I'm like, "What the fuck is this?" I never knew that there
I'm
were.
afraid I can't do that.
I never knew there were monkeys in Space Odyssey. I never knew that part even existed in the world. And I'm like, how have I gone my whole life never knowing this? That the beginning of the
Like,
movie is
what?
a half an hour of monkeys and no one says anything for half.
Yeah, there's a reason why 2001 Space Odyssey is one where you watch it a couple times and then E.T. is like, you know, 100 times.
Yeah.
Everybody, they're like, oh, that's cool. That's a fun alien. That's a fun trip. Yeah, monkeys, anything monkeys, I'm not comfortable with.
I had no idea. I didn't know that's what this movie was about. I still don't know what it was about because I had to turn it off because I'm like, I'm lost.
You're more of a Titanic 2 lady.
I love it. I hang on to every word of Titanic too.
Did you get any feedback for your
I-
shot ripping?
I think you did
You
it.
did.
I did. We both did. Did Ben Prue talk to you?
Yeah, somebody messaged me
Ben
and said,
Prue.
hey, you were talking about sure shot Dombrowski.
Yeah, I appreciated the messages. They were funny.
Yeah, that was the only person.
Yeah.
Other than that, people left us alone.
Yeah, but yeah.
Nothing from Tim McCourt. So you did a small town show.
I did.
You're starting to turn into a small town
Am
lady.
I? A small town lady.
Yeah, you're turning into
You're
a small town
lady and you know what you want.
lady. Kind of. Yeah, I think you are turning into a small town lady. You're going to like Birch Hills and you're all
Dominating
over
the
the fucking place.
small towns.
That's why not?
I mean, that's where the respect is.
That's where the respect is. That's where the respect of your peers comes from. How'd she do it in Birch Hills though? How was her showcase? Who cares? I'm gonna go watch her in Birch Hills. I'm showcasing Just for Laughs at Birch Hills. I got Zoe a ticket. Yeah.
Oh my
I
God.
can't really get on at the clubs no more. That's when you know you've really, like when you're asked, like, you know, do you have any new material for the festival? Yeah, just have to, you will have to travel. You're going to have to come to Grand Prairie and watch me do a Christmas party. But I am doing some good stuff, good new stuff. Just need you to, I'll fly you to GP. You can check out I'll do the showcase 7 off the top. That way you can leave. Because they do get drunk. They're welders. I can't guarantee your safety. Can't guarantee your safety at this Christmas party.
Oh Oh my god.
So I'll do my clean stuff up front, and then I'll wave at you.
And then you
leave. Go.
Get the fuck out of here.
Get the fuck out of here.
Now. Plug your ears and run.
Yeah. Don't talk to these guys.
Don't talk to them.
I don't know. What else is new with your life? What's going on with the war in Ukraine? Are you paying attention now?
Well, am I paying attention now? I don't know. I'm
not trying to shame you about your. I'm just wondering if it's the biggest story in the world.
It is the biggest story in the world, yeah, and it's gross and sad. I was listening to CNN on the way home from my drive from Birch Hills, and it's just they were talking a lot about the horrible things that are happening, and it's sad.
Yeah,
it's awful.
Russians are fucking weird, man.
I just don't. I'll never understand. I don't know. I guess I need to watch more stuff do my research on dictatorships, but it's just I could never absolutely do everything one person asked me to do to the point of something horrible happening. You know what I mean? I couldn't. How do you get sucked in by a dictator?
Well, they use it as motivating, right? Because if you're in some middle rung of society in Russia, you're not getting paid from up above.
Yeah.
You're just being told that it's okay to take from below.
Yeah.
So for these troops, they're not getting paid very much, but they're being told essentially all the way through training and whatever, get that shit back when you're in the field. There's girls out there, it's fucking spring break.
Yeah, it's
everybody,
gross.
And then people have BMWs and shit, you can take that. So they're being empowered to steal.
Yeah.
From Ukrainians and being empowered to assault them.
Yeah.
And kill them and I'm sure that it's some of them don't do that. And then enough of them do that it's fucked. Because all it takes is whatever, 5,000 troops take a town and 10 of them are fucking sociopathic lunatics. And that's enough. They all have guns, they're crazy.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that that's, that's a minority of Russian troops, but that's all it takes in a war.
Yeah, that's crazy.
It's a couple of people to lose their shit, and fucking that's it.
Oh, and of course they're doing this after COVID because everyone's lost their mind already. So they've got now these troops that they can wind up even more because they're let's get out there. They took 2 years out. You know what I mean?
And half of the population of the world is governed by people that aren't even pro-Ukraine.
Yeah.
That's what's scary. It's there's 9 billion people and 4.5 billion of them live in a place where their government is we're going to sit this one out.
Yeah.
I don't know. Who knows what's going on?
I feel the stuff that I hear is that Putin is just lost his mind. It's one of those situations, and I'm I don't know. Can't they all just be you're crazy. Let's just go to bed, have a glass of milk, and go to sleep and die in your sleep peacefully.
Russians have always been fucked up, though.
But I think that, I think that he's just lost his fucking mind, and I think we've talked about this before. He just wants to do something.
But he's always doing better. Even before,
how old is he?
He's 70. Even before this, he always surged in the polls when he was in the middle of a war.
Yeah.
He was always more popular when Russia was engaged somewhere with their military and winning territory. So he's never really been told by the Russian people hey, knock it the fuck off.
Yeah.
Politically, he's always gained from doing weird shit like this. But this is just an overreach.
Yeah, I think that there's this there's so many people how do we stop this guy?
Imagine the balls it would take to be let's go take that country. How many people do they have living there? 44 million. Okay, how many troops can we spare? 200,000. Okay, let's go get them.
Yeah, that's fucking insane.
Let's go. What are you talking about? 200,000 troops to take over a country of 44 million fucking people that are tougher than any of us?
Yeah.
That are no, I'm staying here. Fuck you.
Yeah.
Eat shit.
Yeah.
That's been the big winners in this is Ukraine perception.
Oh, people are just these people are badass.
Yeah. Before it was oh, they're fun, they're sweet, they're kind, they make their pierogies and their cabbage rolls.
Yeah, that's the Ukrainian I am.
Yeah, that's
I'm the pokey wokey dookie.
Yeah. I brought the thing to the potluck that everybody ate.
If I told people,
don't tell anybody, loaded with mayo. 80% mayonnaise.
Yeah, that's
mayo.
My Ukrainian. I don't have that tough Ukrainian Ukrainian. Like, I don't have that.
Not the stay in Mariupol.
No.
Yeah, no. We're out of what? Water? Okay. All right. I was hoping you weren't going to say water. When I heard you say we ran out of something, I thought I heard you say water. Really wanted to hear it again. We are out of water? Yes, we're out of water. Okay. Good. What kind of sewage treatment are we doing here? Boiling boiling fucking feces pools for 10 minutes and then drinking it. Or whatever. I don't even know what they're doing. But yeah, they're tougher than shit, these Ukrainians. It's unbelievable. So now their reputation forever is going to be like, these are the baddest motherfuckers.
Who was in that place before Ukraine? Which country would you say was in that place? Like, where people, holy fuck, don't mess with that country.
Well, I don't know. But like the thing about Ukraine too is now we're remembering, or like now we're kind of learning, like when the Nazis were stopped, maybe that was mostly Ukraine, right? Like 'cause the Ukrainians were caught in that before they ever got to Russia. So, like, we tend to think of, like, oh, the Soviet Union, the Russians are tough. But the Russians are the weakest, right? Because they're the ones that are the closest to the coast.
The Russians are the short, like, jittery guy that stands behind the tough guys in the fight.
So, yeah, exactly.
But he does a lot of talking.
So the Nazis have, whoever from Europe has to push through Ukraine, and then by the time they get to Russia, they're softened up.
Yeah.
They're just, like, wobbling around, and then Russia punches them and then takes all the fucking credit.
Yeah.
Right? So for a long time, like America and Britain and the Allies got too much credit for what they did in World War II. It was primarily what we thought of as Russians that deserved most of the credit.
Yeah.
Because they took out the majority of the Nazis. The Nazis were a depleted force because of Russia. But now we're kind of learning, like, it was probably Ukraine. Like, those are the motherfuckers that were the unsung heroes of World War II.
Yeah.
They were the ones that were like, fuck you, Nazis. We're not going anywhere.
And that's also what's cool about Ukraine. They're not, like, being like, hey, we did that. They're just like, whatever, we did it.
Here they come again.
We did it. And
it's
that's
weird,
all we need to
because
know.
I think because they have a history of invasion and, like, toughing it out through invasion, they feel, like, compelled from their history to stay.
Yeah.
Right? Whereas Canadians, we would fuck right off.
Yeah.
If America was coming, like if they were like, okay, yeah, some special unit of the Rangers are coming and they're in Fort Saskatchewan.
No!
And don't worry, there's only 80 of them. Like, oh, good. Oh, that's good. Yeah, I just saw him climb out of a helicopter on ropes. I think I'm gone. Like, I don't fucking need anybody that came in on a parachute who landed like a block from my house. I'm fucking out of here. All of us would be.
Yes.
Like, don't kid yourself.
I'm not kidding myself.
We would be gone. Even Jim.
We're chickens. We're soft little chickens. That's what we are.
I would hide behind my kids. I'd be like, but I have to get the children out of here.
I have to get the children out of here.
I must save the children. Like, oh, actually, pussy, you got to stay. Your kids can go on that bus. Like, no, but I can't. They won't. They don't know how to make sandwiches. They'll never survive.
Without Papa.
I'm the person who makes their ice. These guys, they wouldn't even know what ice felt like on their lips if it wasn't for me. Please let me on the bus. Please kick one fat child off. Please kick off your fattest kid and throw me in there.
Oh my god. Oh my god. No. I don't want the world to go to war. I'd rather not. I don't.
No, it won't be, and the reason it won't is because Russia.
Because Ukraine is able to handle itself. Yeah. It's crazy how
Russia can't even beat Ukraine. So how the fuck are they going to expand it?
Yeah.
You know, they can't.
Well, and it's also just like, I'm pretty sure most people are on Russia's side. I mean, not on the Ukraine side. So there's all these other countries that are just like, we're waiting. So like, Russia's gonna be like, oh, I'm gonna drop a gigantic bomb, and then everybody.
And that's what I mean.
I'm not a general in the army. That's just what That's just what my perception of what was happening. I don't know either.
That's what I mean about like the toughness of the Ukrainian, because like, you know, sometimes people will say like, oh, with the American armaments or with the it's like, do you think I'd fucking, you know, some bungalow on my roof in Fort Saskatchewan, like, I'll stay. Just give me a javelin. Like, give me a javelin. I don't want. I'm a fucking target. I've got something over my shoulder that looks like a giant bazooka standing on my roof, like looking for American tanks. Are you fucking kidding? There's no way. Like, I would be up there, like, okay, I'll stay, but only if I can, like, fucking have 2 white flags surgically like sewn to my thumb, so that I'm always Like, whoa, fellas, look out. This is, I don't want to go there.
Whoa, fellas.
Fellas! Hey!
Let's just
it's
talk.
me, Sean.
Does anybody want to just talk?
Okay, the kids are in the basement. Yeah, I'm such a coward. No, my son, my 13-year-old, he could do more damage. You should kill him. No, I don't know what I would do, but I would definitely be a pussy about it. Even with all the weapons, like they're like, oh, we're giving them weapons. So what?
Yeah.
They have to stand there. Like that's insane.
I know, it's
You're like
crazy.
a tech. You used to work for fucking Pixar or whatever. Like,
Yeah.
there was some guy that was like, yeah, I kind of worked for Pixar doing like contract animation work, and now I'm like, you know, I'm in a room with 900 Molotov cocktails,
Wow.
and you know, it's like Jesus fuck. Like I don't know, these guys are crazy,
They are crazy.
and they're gonna win,
They're gonna win.
and then we'll take credit for it.
No, I don't want
You will. You'll be like, well, I'm Ukrainian, and
And so, you're welcome, world. You're welcome.
my heritage did it. If I was there, I probably would have done it too, because I'm also Ukrainian. Like, we act like blood is something. Like, I love how we act like that.
I know, it's very
Like
funny.
blood. Oh, I am also of that. Like, shut the fuck up, dude. We were all running around the Americas. Like, you know, our
Yeah.
people were just like landlocked, fucked each other too much, started looking weird, and then ran off somewhere else. You're like, you guys are fucking weird. Like, yeah, we were fucking over there for a while. We were doing way too much fucking of each other, to be honest. And then it began to take on a different look altogether. And then that ice sheet went away, and now we're over with you guys. And then they start fucking those people, and then we look even way to, you know. It's
But I
weird.
think humans got way hotter. Like, I think from the beginning to now, we've gotten way hotter as a species.
I don't know. Like, I mean,
You don't know. Look at the
if we had to be naked all the time, no. Right? If you went back
do you think
100,000
dicks were always
years,
bigger, but they've gotten smaller throughout the years?
I don't know. I really don't know. Is there an answer to
I
that?
don't know. I have no idea. I'm not
Is
a
there a
scientist.
reason from an evolutionary perspective for dicks to get bigger?
Yeah, I guess maybe. So they were even smaller than they are now?
Well, the people were smaller. Right? Like,
Well, the people were smaller.
have you ever gone to like a castle in England, and then they show you like the king and queen's bed? And
Oh,
you're
and they
like,
were all short. I
this
worked
is
at Fort
fucking-
Edmonton.
Yeah, it's like, this is the fucking best Western. What
Yeah,
the
I
fuck
know.
is this shithole that
I
the
know.
king slept in 400 years ago? It's like hay under there. Are you kidding?
It'd be
This
cool.
guy's
If,
never heard of memory foam?
it'd be cool if they had the king's room was like one of those rooms at Niagara Falls, the hotels with the heart-shaped thing where the champagne
yeah.
tub, and that was where the king's.
Have you ever stayed in a theme hotel room?
I've stayed in a theme hotel room, but not in like the fun like Niagara Falls ones, the heart-shaped tub, and I don't even know if those exist anymore. But I've stayed at the Fantasyland Hotel in the Polynesian room, and
We could make one that was like themed, but like for sad things. You know what I mean? Like theme hotel rooms, but like the gulags. You know? And it's like you walk through and there's just like, oh my god, like it's just a prison and somebody starts whipping you, like, welcome to, and you're like, you look out you can't look out the window. You know, like, oh, am I paying for that guy? Yes.
the
Yeah,
gulags.
you pay for the shirtless German butler. That'd be weird though. Yeah, we should. We should do like theme hotel awful themes.
Yeah, I would love it. Like the one that's weird here is that there is a pickup truck room. That's one thing I'm weird,
The
but
Freedom Room.
the freedom room.
I've seen a lot. Oh yeah, I drove by a Freedom rally.
Did you?
Yeah, and they're losing steam.
Oh yeah, they are. They should just be petering out, but they're still going.
They're losing steam.
They are.
It's just the high level grifters that keep it going, like
Yeah.
Chris Sky, like those types of googly eyed weirdos.
That guy's fucking crazy looking.
Yeah, so it's those guys that are still like, come on, White Court. Who's with me? Come on, Grand Prairie. Sign up for my monthly newsletter. So yeah, it's one of the more difficult grifts to keep going, where you're like, they are trying to turn us into, and then people are like, okay, bye. All right, mandate lifted, but no, you think they were going to do that by themselves? It's because people like us manned up, balled up, and fucking threw a punch back in Trudeau's face. And he's scared now, but we can't fucking let up. That's how they get us. And so he's just trying to whip them into like, we can't let down our fucking guard because
Yeah.
then they'll fucking come back for more. So, come on, give me a little more money.
Trudeau's in Edmonton today.
Oh, what a dumb idea.
Yeah, he was here.
Why bother? Just don't.
Because those, I don't know.
Just don't.
I'm sure he doesn't even want to.
It's
but...
like fucking sending Biden into Kyiv. You know what I mean? Why bother? It's like you might, there's snipers. There's Chechens out there. There's fucking people.
It's kind of trolling on me, like.
I guess you're right. Yeah. Is it trolling? Yeah.
Kind of.
Yeah. I feel like it is. Like, look, here I am.
Yeah, he does like to fucking own the cons.
Yeah, I saw him walking in the crowd and he was going like this. You just made that up. But.
Well, he's almost like the left-wing Donald Trump.
Yeah.
In some ways.
Yeah.
Because it makes
like
conservatives so mad.
Oh, yeah.
That liberals love it. So, like, I don't like Justin Trudeau except for how mad he makes conservatives.
Yeah, I guess there are a lot of conservatives that, like, hate Trump, but,
so
like,
would
love
I vote
what he
for
does.
Trudeau? Sure, I would vote for Trudeau. Why? Because it makes conservatives so
mad, yeah.
That it's like, this is kind of fun.
Yeah.
Like, this is... And that's what Trump voters do. They're like, I ignore all that shit because he makes you so mad.
Yeah.
Like, what about when Trump did this? And they're like, yeah, I saw that. I don't fucking care because you're my enemy. You are my fucking enemy. And it makes you so mad. And I love that so fucking much. And that's what Trudeau is on the left, where it's like, you hear what fucking Trudeau said this time? Like, yeah, and I love it.
Yeah.
I fucking love it. I don't care what it is. I don't care what he said. I already love it. Why? Because you're asking me about it. So I know that you've thought about it for an hour and it's raised your blood pressure. And I love that.
Did you ever think about, like, something about Trump for a long time? Like, when it happened? I never was like,
I don't know. Yeah, he's just like, he just says whatever.
Yeah.
Like, grab him by the puss. Yeah.
That's so crazy that somebody...
But he didn't do any... Like, he's one of those... He's just like... He's a tip... That's why he's so America.
Yeah.
Because it's all talk.
I feel like he had to happen because there was going to be a weird bubbling up of these people. But he had to happen to make it just happen so that we can deal with it, I think.
And he didn't even do anything.
He didn't do anything.
Like, every time he had an idea, it was so dumb that people had to be like, okay. So, like, yeah, fucking... And do this. And they're like, wow.
I feel like he was like George Bush. He was a distraction. So he was just this talking head kind of thing, and they still did weird shit behind his back that he didn't know what to do.
Well, Bush was the guy who kind of came from a humble background, and like Cheney and Wolfowitz and all of his like cabinet, it was already designed that they would be in charge.
A humble background, wasn't he? Like low?
Oh, he was rich, but like he was like small town Texas.
Oh, okay,
shucks.
that
like,
kind of humble. Okay.
He wasn't like a kind of guy who's like, I'm smart and I'll fix it. He was like, I don't know what's happening,
but I'm going to talk to you about it.
But I love it. So like,
I hate it. I know I hate it.
Yeah, so he went into the presidency as like anointed by being a member of the Bush family. Yeah. He's already legitimized. He apologizes for using cocaine. He seems he's better looking than Jeb. So he gets thrust into this thing.
Poor Jeb.
But those guys ran the government. Like they ran the government around him, and he was just like, yeah, like he was that guy. I don't think he had much input. Whereas Trump was just as dumb as Bush, but was like, I'm in charge. And it's like,
let him be in charge.
The dummy wants to be in charge this time. Last time, the dummy was just like, well, you do what you think, Ricky.
But they were like, this might be fun. This might be fun.
Ugh. Yeah, so they thought they could control him, but they kind of couldn't. But he just said the things that they loved.
Yeah.
He just was like, I don't know. He just said shit that made liberals so fucking mad.
Well, and wasn't like a long time ago, wasn't Trump more of a left guy?
He's just a famous person who loves being famous, and like whatever interview he's in, like whatever, what should I say?
Yeah.
Or who seems to like me? Who seems to like me?
I'm going to
like,
just
the Clintons seem to like me, and so sure, yeah, healthcare. But he doesn't care. He just cares about everything is through the lens of, does that person like me?
Yeah.
So he's a weird guy.
He is
and he'll be president again. Wouldn't that be crazy if he was
my God.
And he could be.
If that, oh my, I don't even want to think about that. Again. That's insanity. But they are that crazy. They are crazy enough to make it happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's insane.
It's weird. I mean, and then what happens then? Then he's like, Putin, like what? Now we're on, now America's on Russia's? Like, that's why, like.
Oh, I've seen videos where they ask, like, these Trumpers, like, who would you rather have, like, Joe Biden or Putin? And they're like, Putin.
Straight shoot.
Putin shooting Putin. And I'm just
Straight
like,
shooting Putin.
people literally are thinking this.
I like straight shooting Putin.
Oh my God, it's so crazy and gross. But I mean, like, I feel like if they had social media in World War II, it would have been different too. Like, I don't know. It's just such a weird time. Because I know I was watching the news about, like, they're like, oh, there's probably about 10,000 people dead here. I'm like, holy fuck, why is this, like, you don't see this or hear this that much. And, like, why is everyone downplaying this thing? It's not.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm really I'm high right now, so
Too
don't say
stoned to talk about the
anything.
war.
No, I'm real stoned. I should talk about the war.
What would I do if I was there? And they're starting to, like, open shops again. Can you
In
imagine
Ukraine?
that? Yeah, like in Kyiv. They're like, let's open the fucking barbershop again. Like,
Oh my God.
you're getting bombed, you're throwing Molotov cocktails at Russians, and then a week later you're like cutting hair. Like,
Yeah.
So how was your weekend? Like, what? My weekend? We're in a fucking war. So, but yeah, they're just like back to cutting hair and drinking coffee and going to Starbucks and reading
That's
books.
insane.
Yeah, I guess we can take a lesson from that level of resiliency, but we won't.
No, we'll complain about something.
No. I'm bad at learning lessons from other people.
I have a learning disability.
Yes.
Sorry.
From other people's
I
things.
can't learn from other people.
When other people do something inspirational, I tend not to take that lead. I tend to let go of that hand.
Did you hear that Britney Spears is pregnant?
Good boy.
Yeah, and I was like, thanks a lot, Britney. Now people are like, see, you can be in your 40s and still have kids. Britney can do it. Like, I was like, I was getting out, like, I wasn't getting asked every holiday about having
her
kids.
fallopian tubes
But
look
now
like
I'm
fucking
back.
poplar branches. You know what I mean? Like,
Oh my God.
How did anything get through there? Well, how old? She's not that old, is she?
She's my age. She's 40. She's like the same age.
Yeah, I don't know. I
41.
mean, go ahead, I guess. And her dad's at home like, see? That's why I needed the fucking money.
Yeah. Yeah, oh, he doesn't want to split any more money, you know. Oh, I don't know.
Yeah.
That's what I don't like about these, like, I don't want to see your family drama. Like, I hate seeing the Spears drama.
Well, gossiping is harder, right? Because
Kardashian
like there's
drama is
so
disgusting.
much is like shaming
Yeah.
that you can't even like gossip anymore. You can't even be like, did you hear like even that thing
Yeah.
you just said, do you hear Britney Spears is pregnant? It's like we're, just trained as humans to be like, I don't know if she's gonna fucking, that's a little old for a baby.
Yeah.
But now everything is shaming, so it's like, no,
Oh, yeah.
you can't.
No one will say anything.
You think a woman who's 40 can't have a baby? You fucking misogynist fuck. Like, what? Like, are you cheering for her death? Or are you hoping that she dies during childbirth? No, I'm just saying it's a little late. By whose standards, sir?
Medicine.
Your fucking standards.
Medicine standards.
I'm here to tear down the fucking patriarchy. One branch at a time.
It's kind of funny because all these, like, people that are, like, social justice-y people, everybody seems to, like, as soon as they get some enemies, people dig so hard now to find something to cancel them or be like, look at, he's all
And it's easy as fuck to cancel somebody. Like, you don't even have to, your transgression can be minimal.
Yeah.
And you're still not even a household name. It's
Maybe
like,
that's our punishment for social media.
This person was just hired to do this job. Who? This person. He was just hired to do this bigger job. I've never heard of him. Here's what he used to tweet. Like, holy fuck. Like, he's not even famous yet. Like, oh my God. Like that SNL guy that was like, nobody even knew who the fuck he was. And then all of a sudden it's like, he got a job writing for SNL, but this is what he used to tweet or something. Like,
that thing, that was, that's so crazy.
Yikes. At least let somebody get famous first.
Well, I think there's people whose job it is to scrub social media accounts of people who are getting famous. Like, I guarantee you that's a job because, like,
Well, all the influencers on that side of the aisle, right, would be looking for new meat. Like, every day they'd wake up and be like, what is the new cause du jour? What can I get behind? Or what can I uncover myself?
Yeah.
Because then I'm the go-to for that day or whatever. Yeah, so everybody is incentivized by views.
Yeah. It's
like,
crazy.
Even the people that you consider to be the heroes of your side, the people that you go to, like, that's your voice. That's the person that you think is, like, the most trustworthy. They're still in it for the views. And they're still trying to grow their channel. And they're trying to raise their speakers rate or whatever, right? Like, they're like, how much do I charge now? If I get 500,000 extra followers, then I can charge 40,000 per...
Oh, my God.
So everybody is incentivized by cash.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. Yeah.
So it's like, you don't trust anybody fully who's like, this is reprehensible behavior. And it's like, yeah, but you're not pure either.
Yeah. Nobody is. I just like, I don't like this world. Like, there's people that literally just talk all day about other people's lives and they're not even a part of that person's life. It's like crazy. I don't know. It's getting old.
But is there gossip at work already, Jen? Because you're back into a work environment. Is there already?
Yeah.
No, there's no new fresh stuff. Nobody did anything in the 2 years where you're like...
We've all been talking the whole time, right? So it's
right.
not like...
Yeah. So the only people that you're catching up on now is like, he was lying about going to the gym.
Yeah.
Like, I'm starting to realize, like, he never went to the fucking gym.
He just took 25 videos and released them over 25
Yeah.
weeks.
Oh, I got petite malls or something. Grand malls. Grandma malls. Dementia for old women.
Oh my god.
Oh, well. So, are you... Yeah, because I'm on a time frame. But we haven't even been talking that long.
I don't even know what's going on anymore. I just got way too high.
What time? We started at like 35 or something, right?
It's like 40 minutes.
Oh, we're at 40
Yeah,
minutes.
okay. We'll talk a little bit longer about your life.
My life. What is happening in my
What are you
life?
doing this weekend?
I'm at Yuck Yucks.
Good boy.
Yeah.
Yuckledome. Edmonton?
Yeah, the Edmonton one.
Is that your favorite Yuck Yucks? Do you have a favorite comedy club to perform at?
I don't know. I'm just like trying to think of like Calgary's always like super fun. I just had so many good positive experiences there that I'm just like I love this place. It makes me happy, you know. But
and Calgary's always the best place, just from the standpoint of like, you know, you have every frame of reference hits.
Yeah.
Because you live in Alberta, you're from Alberta.
Yeah.
They live in Alberta, they're from Alberta, but it's not Edmonton, so you don't see them very often.
Yeah.
So you go down there and it's like you got new material or whatever. Like
I
here.
never do.
Yeah, you do. You always had a tag about a thing. A new thing
You had
happens.
some new tags.
You had a different tag. Anyways, lay down, have a nap. Have a snooze. I haven't written a new joke and like you're dying. You're in a hospice now. Okay, I think put the notepad down. Unless you're selling this shit, because you're never getting out of here. I'd be the realest nurse at a hospice.
Yeah.
I'm writing. What are you doing? Put that fucking art book down. Quit drawing. What's the fucking point?
Oh my god.
No, I wouldn't do that. I'm going to Dawson Creek.
You are going to Dawson Creek. That's a fun
show,
one.
and then I'm going to some other town, some other tiny little community.
Around Dawson Creek?
No, not even close.
What?
It's like in Saskatchewan somewhere. I forget what it's. Sovereign. That's what it's called.
Oh, okay. I've heard of it, but I've never been there.
Oh, it's gonna be beautiful.
So you have to drive to BC and then to Saskatchewan?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
In one day?
Pretty much. Yeah. Thursday night, Dawson, and then Friday, Sovereign. Mm-hmm. So it'll be a trek.
Yeah.
I'm kind of used to it though.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's sort of like what we do for a living, really, is drive.
I know. That's all I did this weekend. It was like, it was a very fun gig, but it was a lot of driving.
Yeah. I pretty much just drive for a living. And I've told you before, if you gave me the option of like, hey, would you rather, like, you drove 6 hours, you're at the gig, would you rather stop, do the gig, get in your car, and go back home, or would you rather drive 1 hour further away and then 1 hour back to that starting point and then go home and not have to do the show? I would do the extra 2 hour drive. I would definitely drive 1 hour faster, 1 hour back, and not have met anyone. Not have met a fucking soul, you know? Just burn through $80 worth of fucking gas.
Your own little freedom convoy.
Yeah, my own little one-man freedom convoy. I don't need your fucking blood money.
When do we get to start asking for gas money now?
Never.
Yeah, but fuck, it's getting ridiculous. Like, even my car, which is very good on gas, it's like for...
It's included. Yeah, that's the thing about comedy. Like, what about it's included?
Yeah.
That's also included. Everything's included.
Yeah, everything's included.
That's
Good
all
luck.
in there. Oh, you didn't know that? That's all in there. That 500 flat? Yep. All that added up to 500 flat. Yes.
Oh my god.
Oh well. One day we'll be free.
Will it be free? How?
Dead. We'll die.
That's how. Okay, cool.
We'll die in our apartments. Surrounded by cats.
Oh my
That's
god.
what I love about people's cat stories, is they're always like, and then he sat with me.
He chose me.
It's like we're so conditioned by these cats that it's like, oh, you should have seen this one time. He was purring and leaned into me. It's like, oh, the thing you feed and whose shit you cleaned once showed affection towards you.
Yeah.
It's a fucking bulletin, Joan.
This cat's listening and
Yeah.
does not like
I don't
it.
think she likes this talk. I don't think she likes this kitty cat talk.
She's like, you shut up about the truth and
It's
honesty.
like, you shut the fuck
She's
up.
turning away. Like,
She
Yeah.
is kind of turning. Well, I don't know. She
Look
might
at
just
her
be
ears
looking
are
at the
back.
fucking wall.
She's gonna like jump at your next.
yeah.
Have you ever been attacked by a cat?
Yeah,
Like,
a little bit.
we used to try and catch kittens at our farm, and I remember like once, like my mom was like, if you can catch one, you can keep it. Because my mom was probably having like a depression day. It was like, I don't fucking care. Keep the kitten. Or something like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, but like, I remember we caught this kitten, and I had it like this, and it was like chewing up my arms, but I was not letting this fucking kitten go. I like go to our farmhouse, which is like about like a 10-minute walk, and then I was just like holding this kitten that my arms are bleeding, and my mom's like, oh my fucking god, you got one. But yeah, that cats can be evil. That's how I've been attacked by them. And once I cat sat for a lady, and her cat wouldn't let me out of the bedroom. Like, it would charge me. It was like, I was so
Really?
scared of it.
That is scary.
It was really scary.
No, we had one cat that was kind of mean, so it would claw you all the time.
Yeah.
But it was always like a point of pride for me that I was the one that clawed the least.
Yeah.
Like, I think she likes me the most.
That's what all men say about cats. Like, they all say
Do they
this.
really?
They all say, it's weird, but the cat liked me the most. It's always
that's
men.
like, yeah, it's dumb.
Yeah.
It's a dumb old joke.
But
where
it's
like,
funny,
look
though.
at so-and-so. He didn't even want a cat. Now
Look
look
at
at
he's
it.
holding a purring kitten.
Yeah.
How can you say no to a cat, though? Like, they're pretty fucking cute.
Yeah. I mean, I couldn't euthanize one. That's for sure.
No.
I don't know how much you'd have to pay me. I couldn't. I don't know if I could for cash. You know? Like, if someone was like 10 grand, euthanize this animal.
Yeah, it'd be
Is
hard.
it sick? No.
Oh, I was watching this
God,
documentary.
at least tell me it was sick.
I was watching this documentary called like Our Towns, and it was like this one guy was like he's like an ethical beef farmer. So he's like, listen. So he's like, so I like birth these animals and I give them life and then I give them death, and it's such a different experience and powerful. It was kind of interesting the way he was saying, like, but he's like, this is a hard job on the soul, and people don't understand that. Like, it's very difficult to do what I do because I like literally watch and I take with it, and it was such an interesting thing. It sounds crazier when I'm saying, but it was.
No, yeah, because you're like, well, farmers must be the most inhumane people, right?
Oh,
When
yeah,
you think about it, we're like,
they're the
the
most
people who kill
But
these
they are the
animals,
most human
yeah,
people,
but they're
actually.
the ones that are actually the closest to the animal.
Yeah.
So they're the
Yeah.
ones on the ground.
That I
getting to
never,
know those
and like
animals.
I mean, sure I thought of it before, but like I never thought of it as like that's a burden for farmers to have to like birth these animals and then send them off in a truck or do it themselves. Like that, like I don't care how fucking tough you are, that's gonna be difficult. So
I would hire Russian soldiers. I would hire 10 Russian soldiers to come and just like do your thing with these cows. I can't do it. I can't kill them, and I know you guys can.
I couldn't do it. I
I know you guys are easily capable of killing defenseless beings, and I just want you to start doing it to cows.
It's also what I don't like. I want to understand the feeling for a hunter when they kill something, because my brother hunts and he like hunted like a big moose, and it was kind of sad because it's like you took this poor moose out of this world, and then but they always have an explanation as to why. But
I like how we try to throw ourselves into the conversation of like the cycle of nature.
Yeah.
And it's like, I don't see a wolf with a knife, dude.
yeah,
Like we're out there, pop!
yeah,
Like
yeah.
the smartest monkey with a weapon.
If they had guns,
World's
and something,
smartest monkey with a weapon. Pop.
Yeah.
So you see, there's this thing called the cycle of life. Like, oh, is that right, Mr. Wolf? As you stand there with a fucking gun fully capable of just eating corn. Like everybody just totally knows they could just eat vegetables. We don't need any of this. Like, you know, none of it's needed. Well, you see, there's this thing called death and life and everything in between. And so sometimes we got to kill these things. And if we didn't, nothing would change.
I saw a lot of dead animals on the side of the road just driving to northern Saskatchewan. Like so many like dead moose. I saw one live moose, and I saw a little minx. Do we have minks? Like it's like a weaselly kind of thing. It was really weird. Like I thought it was like a wiener dog at first.
And nature doesn't want us to kill moose. Nature doesn't know about weapons.
Yeah.
if nature has is conscious, it was like, okay, we build these monkeys and they don't kill moose.
Yeah.
They can't fuck with the moose. But they didn't know that these monkeys were gonna just fucking like get muskets and shit. Pop! There you go, bitch. Big long arrows and there you go, nature. You
that
fucking
should be your
bitch.
new catchphrase. There you go,
bitch. Like that'll be it. Skill yourself.
Skill yourself.
Come on, kids, skill yourself.
Oh my god. We'll release that one with with the 630 Chetophile one.
Oh, the Chetophile.
Yeah.
Come on, kids, skill yourself and Chetophile. Good.
We can sell them as a package.
Focused on minors. Oh well.
Oh well.
All right. Well, thanks for being on your own podcast. Thanks for headlining your podcast.
Oh god, I hope it was not like this one.
You headlined it.
My throat.
I'm just the world's
Biggest
15th
Chetophile.
strongest guest spot.
15th strongest guest.
There's got to be a couple funny guys in
Oh,
Australia.
and Gilbert Godfrey died.
Oh yeah, he did.
And I'm just that. I don't know
Yeah,
what else to say.
that's sad.
He was very nice when I met him that one time, but
Yeah, how old is he?
67, not very old.
But by Canadian years.
Yeah, I know. That's what I was thinking
Yeah.
actually today. I'm like, people are like, he
Canadian
wasn't
years,
that
that's
old. I'm like,
90.
yeah, but that to me, it's like a dog year, right?
It
It's
really is.
It's
Yeah.
a bit longer. So
Oh,
he was probably about 92 in comedian years.
He was. So
Yeah.
yeah, that's too bad. That's sad. All
And
right.
I haven't heard a really awful joke about it yet, so I'm a little disappointed. Because he like hit
Yeah.
awful jokes fast.
He did fast. Yeah, whatever. I don't know.
Oh, whatever. I don't know.
I didn't follow him on Twitter.
All right, let's get out of here.
All right,
Sorry.
bye.
Bye.